So my neighbor across the street, to the south of Doris Rupp, was telling Shane Saturday that a couple of kids trashed his dorm door, second-hand copies. So when we got home yesterday, he stopped us. Come to find out, the same kids that a week ago asked him if he wanted them to mow the yard. And he's like, no, we couldn't do it. And they had vandalized 12 houses in town. And whoever the cop was that was on duty that found them made them go to every single house and apologize to the homeowners. And 4 of the houses are pressing charges. I looked at him and said, you're one of them. They've not left you alone, so. So I don't know who the deputy was that did that, but thank you. I don't know. He said he really did. But he's not standing at either one of the corners of my block with his legs. He's going if he wants.
All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call to order the City of Abingdon Council meeting, August 17, 2026. Roll call, please.
Alderman Harrison.
Here.
Alderman Hendricks.
Here.
Alderman Allen.
Here.
Alderman Dow.
Here.
Alderman Swearingen.
Here.
Alderman Thomas.
Here.
Alderman Brooks.
Here.
Alderman Thompson.
Here.
Mayor Johnson.
Here.
Attorney Jack Ball.
Here.
Engineer Neil Smith. Treasurer Susan Chin.
Here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in attendance this evening. You had a chance to look at the minutes of the previous council meeting. If there are no additions or amendments or anything, we'll take a motion to approve those minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as read. I second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve the minutes of the previous council meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those that are opposed? Okay, so opening remarks, we're going to go out of order a little bit here. I have a couple of visitors here tonight. First, I'd like to call up Chris Meyer and Michael Gibbs, please. These guys are what we have here is we're going to recognize them. I think it was back in July, there was a situation at the sewer plant where if these guys wouldn't have been where they were at the time that they were there, could have been a fatality probably. So the city has a certificate here for one for each of you. I'll just read it. Okay. City of Abingdon Certificate of Heroism presented to Michael Gibbs and Chris Meyer in grateful recognition of your extraordinary courage, selfless actions, and unwavering commitment to serving our community. On the second day of July 2026, you demonstrated exceptional bravery by risking your own safety to rescue a young boy who had been swept through the city's wastewater treatment system. Your quick thinking, decisive action, and dedication to protecting human life exemplify the highest ideals of public service. Your heroic response reflects great credit upon yourself, the City of Abingdon, and the entire Public Works Department. Because of your courage and professionalism, a life was saved, and our community is forever grateful. The mayor, the city council, city administration, and the citizens of Abingdon proudly present this certificate of heroism in appreciation of your outstanding service, courage, and devotion to the city on this day, the 17th of August, 2026.
Thank you all.
Great job. We're going to continue going out of order. We have a visitor down in the committee reports, Chad Long. He's campaigning for circuit judge in the 9th Judicial Circuit. Mr. Long, are you here?
Yep.
Please come forward.
Want me to stand up there?
Yes, sir.
That's really hard to follow. So I'll keep it short. I know you guys have a lot of business to get to, and I used to represent municipalities. So I kind of know these meetings sometimes can drag on and take some time, but I'm not here to campaign either. I really just want to introduce myself. I've known Mr. Ball for a long time, representing clients here in the area, but I want to tell you a little bit about myself and kind of what's going on. So some of you I know, some I don't, some I've represented before with businesses, things like that. But my name is Chad Long. I'm an associate judge now here in Knox County. So I'm currently assigned to the 3rd floor of Knox County. I handle a lot of different things, small claims, foreclosures, but I mostly do family law and then juvenile abuse and neglect and delinquency cases. So abused juveniles, kids who get in trouble, those types of things I deal with primarily now. I'm a Galesburg native, grew up in Galesburg. My wife's from Galesburg as well. We live in Knoxville now. Had a law practice here for about 16 years in Galesburg, did a little bit of everything. Used to kind of joke everything but bankruptcy. If it was available, we did it in our firm, and I did a lot of it. And a lot of it was probate estate planning, a lot of business work, complex civil litigation, and I did a lot of municipal work. My firm represented Knoxville at one point, Yates City, Henderson, various places over the years. And it was a good part of my practice I enjoyed. So right now, as part of my campaign, like I said, I was going to give you a political speech, but going around now as I campaign, between putting up signs and everything else, I've been going to some town meetings and village meetings. Like I was just in Carthage not too long ago, and county meetings as well, just to listen in, hear what's going on, but also get my name out there and talk to people. I'm running as an independent candidate, so I describe it as conservatively independent. How I was raised was conservative. There was no one on the ballot for the primary this last year. There were some issues with the State Board of Elections and the dates due to the timing of the announcement of the vacancy by Judge Kavanaugh. There was another candidate that chose to do a write-in. I chose to just run as an independent. So I went out and knocked doors, got about 5,600 signatures, which is a lot. If you've ever tried to knock doors and get signatures, I lost a lot of weight, but I gained it all back eating pancakes and pork chops and stuff on the tour. So going to be on the ballot November 3rd. As an associate judge, many people don't even know what that means. I'm appointed by circuit judges, so I'm kind of like an employee. The circuit judges vote to hire people whenever there's a vacancy. And I've been doing that for 2.5 years. So I was an attorney for 16 years, been a judge for 2.5. And circuit judges are the ones you vote for. And when I took this job as an associate, one of the main things they wanted to know was when a circuit vacancy opened, because they knew there were going to be retirements, was would I run? And I said yes, because I think it's good to have people who have the experience, who've been associates, step up to that next level of circuits. And I mean, this is my community. And, some people may have seen it. I've been getting a lot of comments about it, but I had a video recently that we put out that was on Facebook that I talk about it there. Like, the reason I'm doing this, I walked away from a thriving law practice and I took a pay cut to become a judge because I want to do it. I want to serve the community. It's what I've always done. I've always been on not-for-profit boards, that type of thing. Been president of those boards lots of times and just want to serve. And I love this job. I do. It's a hard job, especially juvenile court. Juvenile court is a very difficult job, but I like it. I feel like in many ways you're helping people. And I hear, you were talking about some kids having issues before. I try to help those kids, give them services. Sometimes it's things in their household they need. Sometimes it's mental health services. Sometimes it's something else. And then we've also got kids who sometimes we have to transfer them to adult court because they've gotten older and they're committing more serious crimes and the system hasn't worked for them. But it's hard work, but I love it and I want to keep doing it. So it's really what I'm campaigning on is experience, service, and I think my record kind of speaks for itself. Juvenile court is the most appealed category of law, I think, out there. If you go look at the appellate decisions that get announced every couple of weeks, it's almost always juvenile cases. And so far, I've been doing it 2 years, I've been affirmed on every case, never been overturned. So love my job, I'm good at it, want to keep doing it, want to take that next step and help set policy and kind of lead the circuit forward. So I'm happy to answer questions or address anything you want to know about me. I don't really have plans after this other than I'm going to go home and change, and then I'm going to go put up signs. So I'm happy to delay that if you have questions or anything. All right.
Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thanks for letting me come in. I appreciate your time.
Don't go anywhere yet, Chad. I'm stepping down as attorney for the city of Abingdon because I know Chad. And I have worked many, many cases with him when I was in private practice. And I've had an occasion to have lots of cases in front of him as he's been an associate judge. And so when you speak about somebody, I just want to say I find him as a kind and caring family man. That's who he is inside here. And who he is as a judge and when he was an attorney is he's somebody who listens. He's somebody who is thoughtful. He's somebody who is knowledgeable in the law, and then he takes the law and applies it, the applicable law, to the facts that it has been provided and makes a decision. And he's decisive in making a decision. It isn't a wishy-washy thing. He knows we used to talk about Steve Mathers when he was a circuit judge, and he'd start here and then he'd be here as he was telling you the decision. It just went in a circle and you never knew where it was going to end up.
I oftentimes thought I was going to lose in front of him, but then would win. It's a roller coaster.
But that's not how Chad does it. And he's been, and I think he represents all those things that a good circuit judge should have in terms of his personality and his education and his knowledge. And just to tell you, if the care I have, my opinion is he make a great circuit judge.
I certainly appreciate that.
Great
Yeah.
endorsement there.
Yeah, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
All right. Well, again, I appreciate the time. Thank you. I tried to talk really fast just to get through it, but I appreciate it, and I appreciate the work that you guys are doing. All too often, a lot of the different towns we represented, they were struggling to find people to even serve. So what you do is very important in the community. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a
Adam.
good night.
Take care.
I'm gonna go sweat and put up signs.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Okay, now we will resume our regularly scheduled program. Opening remarks. I just have one real quick. Last year, we approved, I guess, $480 for the festival, fall festival to use. We paid the county deputies to patrol. I've been approached about that again this year. I don't have a problem with it. It's $480, so I think that we can go ahead and I don't know if we need a motion on that, do we? That's the
That's
minimum
within
amount.
your authority.
Yeah, I can just sign that off. I just want to make everybody aware that we did it last year. We're gonna go ahead and do it again this year. That's really all that I have for opening remarks. Any addition? What do you got?
First one is cameras at the ballpark. And the second one is tree grant.
Are there any other additions?
Just you.
Okay, moving on now to submit bills for payment. Everybody's had a chance to look over their bills. First, we'll go with admin. Alderman Hendricks.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, fellow council members. General Corp's July 2026 revenues were $308,515.12. Expenses were $119,357.45. Administration's expenses were $8,188.50, and administration's wages were $13,724.
Any questions for Ellen? Thank you. Next, we'll go to streets, water, EPC, Alderman Allen.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and fellow council members. For the month of July 2026, Street Department had expenses of $24,334.99, wages of $10,249.41. The Water Department had expenses of $33,998.43, and wages of $10,528.13. The EPC department had expenses of $38,715.13, and wages of $0.
Any questions for Terry? Thank you. Next, we'll move to police. Alderman Swearengin.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and my fellow council members. The Police Department's July 2026 expenses were $37,492.54. Wages, $371.27.
Any questions for Ed? Thank you. Next, we will move to cemetery department. Alderman Dow.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and fellow council members. The cemetery department's bills for July were $4,805.32. Wages were $11,202.90.
Any questions for Tiffany? Thank you. Next, we'll go to parks. Alderman Thomas.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, fellow council members. Parks for the month of July, expenses were $2,840.14. Wages were $6,735.30.
Any questions for Doug? Thank you. And next, we'll go to EDC.
Thank
Alderman
you, Mayor
Thompson.
and fellow council members. The expenses for the EDC department, July 2026, $327.85. Wages were $0.
Any questions for Heather?
I make a motion, we pay the bills for July 2026 as read.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the bills. July 2026. Roll call, please.
Alderman Thomas.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Thompson.
Aye.
Alderman Harrison.
Aye.
Alderman Hendricks.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Dow.
Aye.
Alderman Swearingen.
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to any report. Neil is not here. He didn't have anything to add. I believe that no,
I didn't hear anything from him.
yeah, just the tar and chip. Is it
Yes,
complete?
tar and chip is done. It looks really good. It's not heavily covered, but it's got good coverage, so we're not gonna have a bunch of excess rock, I do believe. And it's stuck very well.
Oh, all the excess rock is already
Yeah.
washed away. There is none now.
And we did not get all the roads that were on the list, but because of some budgets and so forth. But
Okay.
always next year, they're not that bad. So,
Okay. If anybody has any questions for Neil, just share them and I'll pass them on to him. Next, we'll go to attorney's report. Jack?
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and council members. I have nothing to report other than is down under old business.
Perfect. Thank you. Next, we'll move to treasurer's report. Susie?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do have a few things. I just wanted to make you all aware that our revenue gotta tighten those purse strings. There are a couple of CDs that are due that I will be redoing, the pottery and the MFT CDs. And I have a couple questions. One of them has to do with the gas charges when we're buying gas. And whoever is involved with this, feel free to answer this, but is there a reason why everyone cannot use the Hair Petroleum gasoline that we get delivered? Or because we're using a credit card, and this month our credit card was $750 for gas purchases. But when we go to Casey's, for example, we're paying $4.24 a gallon as of today versus $3.86 a gallon if we use their Hair Petroleum. So I didn't know if there's a reason why we don't all use the same tank of fuel.
They would be there every week because it's a small tank.
500 gallons.
So is there extra delivery fees or something that would,
I don't know about
Not-
that. I'm
not
just
to my
saying
knowledge.
that,
I mean, that's
The
just
tank is
somewhere we
really
can
small.
cut our expenses.
well, I'm not saying
Uh-huh.
no, but
Sure,
I'm just saying maybe we could find a bigger tank and do it that route. Nothing's a diesel, is it?
No, the diesel's at the street shed, and I only have a select pieces of equipment that are diesel, so
What is it, the backhoe?
the backhoe, the vac truck, and one dump truck. Everything else is gasoline. I could go to Harris and see if they could put 1,000-gallon gasoline
Maybe.
tank at the cemetery.
Maybe put a gas one by the diesel.
So the problem with that, Chuck, is that you run into a lot of expense because you have to pour a concrete pad and you have to have posts around it. And then you even have to now, I believe, have a barrier wall around it, built containment. And then you gotta run electrical to it. So we're getting into a whole bunch of money there that I have considered that, but then I'm looking at what we're gonna spend to make that addition and all legal. What we have sitting there now already has posts in the ground, electrical to it, and a concrete pad that is setting on.
so can we check and see how much it would be to have them deliver to, extra times or something, so that we've got some kind of an idea?
I definitely
Because
can.
that's just somewhere we can save some money, I think.
Just an FYI, I get all of my company fuel from here, and I just call them, and whenever I need it, they come deliver it. They supply
We
the
have a
tank.
separate tank at that, like.
They supply the tanks.
They did for me. Whether or not my connection was out of the ordinary or not, I don't know.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
I'll come and see you, we'll talk about it.
Thank you. Then my next topic is the Abington Motor Parts invoices. We were looking at those today. I think the employee at this store is just automatically putting everything to streets when he's not sure. So we're gonna start making sure that we get copies of those and that they're going to the right department, because there were definitely some coded to streets by the employee of the store. And the girls here, they're gonna pay according to what that employee puts on those invoices. So we just have to double check and make sure those are coming out of the right pot. And then on the revenue and expenditure reports, I know you have those in front of you. There's some questions I have separately for you guys afterwards for cemetery, EPC, police, and streets. So you knew you were gonna get some, because I already kind of warned you. But if we can talk about those later, that would be great. We don't have to do that in this forum. Yeah, you're lucky, Doug.
This time.
Yes.
I'm good with my break.
And then the last thing I have is there's only $250 in revenue and permits so far this year. And are they all 20? The permits, is that the fee for permits?
For building permits, you mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a minimum.
Okay, so there are
They're
some.
based by the square footage, so.
Okay. So I just didn't know if that sounded legit.
And
We would
it's-
only have, 10 or 12 permits for the year so far.
And it's 10 cents for build, just put up a garage or a storage shed or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay. So maybe we can look at that and make sure that we're not losing some of our revenue on that. And that is all I have.
Thank you, Susie. Any questions for treasurer? Okay, moving on now to superintendent's report. Jeremy?
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, council members. I don't have anything to report. I believe what I want to talk about is on the agenda.
Okay. We'll move now to old business. Number 1 is Assistant Superintendent of Public Works.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and council members. I believe I had Star email out to you what I had worked up. There's a little addition to your personnel policy right under the section about the superintendent of public works. And so what I worked up was just 2 paragraphs. I didn't want to create a situation where you had like an officer, where you were somehow creating an officer of the city of Abingdon. So it reads, the appointment, the superintendent of public works, with the approval of the mayor or in lieu thereof, the city council shall designate one of his/her employees as assistant superintendent of public works. Authority. Under the general direction of the superintendent of public works, the assistant superintendent of public works is responsible for carrying out the duties of the superintendent of public works in his absence and stead, in his place instead, in the absence of the superintendent of public works. So what it basically is having is the superintendent appoints an employee of his to go ahead and carry out his duties if he's not available to do so. And then that appointment is either approved by the mayor, or if the mayor doesn't approve that appointment, then it is approved by the city council. So I was directed to draft something, and that's what I drafted. So you can determine whether you want to adopt that. It could be done by motion, or it doesn't have to be an ordinance.
I make a motion. Accept it.
I'll second it.
Any questions for Jack or for Ellen regarding this assistant superintendent? I mean, we've had this position off and on for many, many years. We're just putting it in the handbook now, basically. So a motion has been made and seconded to approve the, is that an ordinance, right?
It's not an ordinance, just to approve the change or addition to the personnel
The
policy.
addition to the personnel policy in regards to the assistant superintendent of public works. Roll call, please.
Alderman Thomas.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Thompson.
Aye.
Alderman Harrison.
Aye.
Alderman Hendricks.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Dowd. Alderman Swearingen.
Aye.
Okay, thank you for that.
You bet.
Do we have a change in his pay?
Yeah, I now need to make a
No, we
motion
Yeah.
to actually have him. So do you have to still appoint him then? Or how does that work? No.
Right, he hasn't been appointed yet.
Okay.
You can make a motion, if you want to adjust the pay scale
Yes.
retroact, you can make a motion adjusting the pay scale effective immediately when he's appointed. Meaning to say, when he's appointed, it would go into effect from today's date.
Okay. I'll make a motion to adjust his pay scale to $26 an hour when he's appointed. You
Effective,
go affected today's date.
And he is Mark Plaster.
Mark Plaster, sorry. Yes.
I have a question.
I assumed, yes.
And it's just a question.
hmm
Did he get a downgrade when he was assistant the last time, or did he keep the same wage?
He kept the same wage.
Kept the same wage is what Star just responded.
So we're gonna bump him up again?
$26 an hour. That was the motion.
It was? Okay.
You need to appoint him first.
probably,
Yeah.
and that can be done if that's the recommendation of the superintendent who's here, and then if you approve, Mayor, then he's basically appointed.
Superintendent.
I agree with that. I would approve that.
Okay.
Okay. So a motion is made and seconded to adjust the wages according to what was made for the motion for the assistant superintendent, Mark Plasters. Roll call, please.
Nobody seconded.
Yeah,
Oh, there was a second.
I'll second.
okay.
this.
And
I apologize.
Ellen made the motion.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you're also busy.
Alderman Thomas.
I'll get it all in.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Thompson.
Aye.
Alderman Harrison,
No.
Alderman Hendricks.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Dow,
No.
Alderman Swearingen.
Thank you for that. Next, we'll move to number 2 under old business, hometown consultant proposal.
So when we last spoke on it, we had talked about potentially kind of piecing together some things. Me and Treasurer Shin were gonna get together. She was on vacation, so we're gonna try to meet tomorrow afternoon to go over some things. And I did get an email back from Cole that he is okay doing kind of like a patchwork type proposal. So we'll hopefully
Okay.
have something the next meeting.
We'll bring that back. Everybody okay with that? We'll bring it back next time.
No.
Next, we will go to number 3, city-owned property ordinance. Jack.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and council members. Star was kind enough to provide me with the addresses of the properties that we were looking at, which is 100 North Main, 101 North Main, 106 North Main, 108 North Main, 110 North Main, and 116 North Main. And I put together an ordinance authorizing that sale. Understand that the ordinance indicates to begin with that the property is no longer a necessary property or required or profitable to the city of Abington. That's a requirement for you to sell property. Then the property is to be sold as is without any representation whatsoever, subject to all taxes, governmental rules, regulations, easements, restrictions, rights of way, and covenants of record. A separate bid is to be submitted for each tract of real estate. Combined bids will not be accepted. The bids will have to be submitted by September 4th at 4 o'clock to the City Hall. And then they would be opened at your meeting on the 7th at 6:30. The city reserves the right to reject any and all bids in the exercise of their absolute discretion. And that's the ordinance.
There's just one problem. You can be here on September 7th, but the rest of us won't, because that's Labor Day. We'll be here the 8th.
Oh, okay. Well, that meeting is gonna go fast.
Basically, it's.
Yeah, I'll make it September 8th.
It's the block that we just tore down. And it also includes this little parcel right here,
Yes.
just south of the annex.
But it's
guess
not
so,
the,
yeah.
it's not the corner lot, right? Because it's already owned by somebody.
No, we own that now.
We own the corner lot too.
We
So
traded
it's
with,
the whole block.
The whole block.
Okay, is that the one we traded with Halford?
yes, this one, yeah. And then
They
this one,
got 118 South, or South.
North Main.
Okay.
I got the 103 and 105, but we've got the one, it was 101, and then this little lot right here was 118 where the Charm Center, or 108 where the Charm Center used to be. So there's actually 2 parcels, right?
So there's 2 parcels right next door, and then the entire block on North Main. So everybody has a general consensus of what, like Jack said, we'll take a bid on each parcel. We need to approve your ordinance.
Yeah, we'll need a motion to accept the.
I'll make a motion, we approve Jack's ordinance.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the ordinance for sale of city-owned property. Roll call, please.
Alderman Thomas.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Thompson.
Aye.
Alderman Harrison.
Aye.
Alderman Hendricks.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Dow.
Aye.
Alderman Swearingen.
Aye.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Jack. And like you said, those bids will need to be turned in by 1600 on. Okay, next, recycle dumpsters. Jeremy?
Okay, some of you weren't here last meeting, we discussed this. We're spending $8,000 on these recycle dumpsters. Plus, whatever money we're spending to have somebody dump a recycle dumpster full of trash, which is anywhere from $75 to $100 per time. it's getting out of hand down there. There's trash stacked up everywhere that we constantly have to put in our dumpster. I'm gonna leave it to you guys to decide what you want to do with these recycle dumpsters. Do you want to keep them? And we keep paying this? We have a camera system that's old down there. Not really usable for this. Or do we want to spend money on cameras? I'm gonna throw this in your guys' court as for the council to decide. If you got more questions for me, throw them at me.
And they neglected it for so long, just get rid of it.
Well, it's kind of turned into the same situation that we have on the South Briggs. The misuse is causing all of the, the expense and the aggravation and we saw it on Facebook. Somebody threw a mattress. You can't, come on, really? Now, like you said, if we want to try to save it, you're going to have to buy a camera. If you don't buy a camera, then you're probably going to have to get rid of them. That's down to brass tacks.
And after all the money Parks has spent, I don't know if we have enough money for cameras.
Oh, you beat me to it.
He's not done either.
Oh, I know he's not done. I'm on that committee.
I'm all for getting rid of them. I know we're gonna have some backlash, especially from our senior community that likes to utilize that service.
So I think for what we need to do with that, Tiffany, is we need to put out a post saying that they're gonna go away. If that's so decision that happens.
Right.
And that if residents would like to call Eagles and get a curbside pickup, that is available to them at a cost.
Right. Well, doesn't Waste Management do recycling too?
Yeah, I don't believe that it's at a cost.
You're right. It's going to be at a cost.
Unfortunately, it's not free anymore like it
right.
used to be. So, they just got to understand that. And this is free to them, but it's being abused. So.
Right. This is one of them situations that each one of the aldermen are in that, either you do or you don't, and you're not going to make everybody happy. The people that use it obviously are going to be the ones that are upset. And then the people who don't use it are going to say, why do we still have it? Look at it. We can't, it's like the splash pad. Keep beating up the remote and all. We have a responsibility to run this, this city as a business. And sometimes we got to make decisions that are not favorable by everybody. What's your pleasure?
Somebody make a motion and second it, and we'll see what happens.
Make a motion, we get rid of the recycling dumpsters.
I'll second it.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to remove the recycling bins at the dumpsters at City Garage. Roll call, please.
Alderman Thomas.
Aye.
Alderman Brooks.
Aye.
Alderman Thompson.
Aye.
Alderman Harrison.
No.
Alderman Hendricks.
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Dow.
Aye.
Alderman Spurgeon.
No.
Passes. So we'll begin the process of removing those and notify the proper people and the citizens. Probably the notice will come through Facebook like everything else. That's how we communicate. Like I said, sometimes we got to do things we don't like to do. Okay, moving on now. New truck for cemetery. Speaking of things that we don't like to do sometimes.
Table it.
Okay,
We're still shopping.
still shopping.
You need a loan?
I got plenty of money in my budget. There. There.
All right, so we'll bring that back next time if everybody's okay with that. We'll come back next time. Okay, next in the agenda is a liquor license. I'm just going to kind of move that down a little bit. Once we get past the visitors and you know, I'm sure we'll listen to what they got to say, because basically what that's going to be is we're going to decide tonight if we're giving a liquor license to the applicant. So we'll move now to number 7, which is the yard waste dump site sealed bids. Were those due?
Kathy posted and the sealed bids, that's also September 4th. And
September the 4th. So we're bringing that back as well.
Have we had any bids at all yet? Okay.
Okay, moving now to new business. Number 1 is cameras at the ballpark.
So I've been on the phone, I talked to Jason Winstar a little bit. Todd Altman, finally got a hold of him. There was a little bit of miscommunication. We thought we were waiting on him. He needed to actually meet with Aaron Winsky to see what we need to set up. I'm just getting this on the agenda so we can get him and Todd met Saturday. Aaron did not send me a bid yet, but his exact words were this was going to be a pretty big project to do the electrical. So, I mean, it's just, I got to wait on bids for that. And then our bids for the camera our quote for the camera was $15,883.
It wasn't included in the cameras that we already bought.
Yeah, so that's why
No, he did Rotary. We left ballpark out because we were. There's a reason why we left ballpark out.
and there was, we were waiting for,
So
Like the
pretty much putting
scoreboards and the Wi-Fi and stuff.
yeah.
pretty much putting it on the agenda.
Once
to,
we get, then I get some
yeah.
quotes on prices and everything. And
What electrical does he have to do?
so when he went out to Rotary, he had to put a special outlet, correct, for the cameras? Drops for him. And Aaron's exact words were, he said he just got the email from Todd with the layout. I'll have something out for a few days for approval. Some of it is a significant amount of work, so maybe have to do it in stages. Just depends on how quick you want the project. But I do know for him to do the drop outlet at Rotary was like $450.
Yeah, I believe every location where a camera is going needs to get a drop there.
Because I know when it was the camera and all the electrical work done at Rotary, it was like
How many
$5,000.
cameras you get?
I think we quoted one at each concession stand over by the now splash pad.
6
Yeah,
total.
when we did the initial quote, when I walked around with them. Back, what was that, 2 years ago?
I know this is-
Forever and a day ago?
Yeah, like September.
Yeah,
So
it's been long enough that I have twice a gray hair.
Yeah, you need to call it.
But no, so that's it. I just wanted to get that kind of in the agenda and get everybody a heads up.
Any questions for Doug? Next, we'll move to tree grant. Doug?
So the other day I had a message from a Connie Callan. And she said, hoping to reach out to you with a potential grant opportunity for the city. She works for an organization that promotes trees in the community. So me and her are actually, and whoever else, if you can make it, I'd appreciate it, tomorrow at 2 p.m. up here. And we're gonna go over kind of what that's all about.
I think that's great. It's been many years since we put trees in. I mean, we take them out all the time, but we don't put them
I
back.
actually had to ask her sister, I'm like, is this legit? Does your sister do stuff with trees? Because this was out of the blue. And I'm like, she's like, no, she doesn't.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, any questions for Doug regarding tree grant? Okay, we'll move now to committee reports. First up, admin.
I don't have anything
Ellen?
other than what we've already discussed.
Okay, are there any questions for Ellen? We'll move now to streets, water, EPC. Alderman Allen?
The only thing I just want to make sure everybody's aware of is that I believe it will be sometime approximately the middle of next month that we'll actually get started on the sludge pump replacements out at wastewater treatment plant. It needs done, and so we should be ready to start.
Any questions for Terry? Is that all, sir?
That's all I have.
Okay. We're moving out of police. Alderman Swearingen,
Honorable Mayor, fellow council members, no report.
any questions for Ed? Next, we'll move to cemetery. Alderman Dow,
No report.
no report. Any questions for Tiffany? Parks, Alderman Thomas?
Mayor, for once, nothing.
Nothing. Any questions for Doug? Okay, EDC, Alderman Thompson?
Thank you, Mayor and fellow council members. Star did receive a email from Darren Tafflinger from WIRPC or WIRC, states the application process is going well. We have all the pieces needed and in the final review and assembly stage. We hoped for 30 household surveys and did get all 30. The application is due August 27th. Thank you for partnering with WIRC.
Nice. Excellent, excellent. Any questions for Heather? Okay, we'll move now to visitors. Chad has already been and gone. Next, we have Tara Thompson. I don't believe Tara's, oh, there you are. I'm sorry.
Well, just, where do I gotta stand over here?
Anywhere you want, Tara.
Well, I was just hoping that everything goes well and we all make the right decision for the town and hopefully that things work out for everyone in the end. That's pretty much all I wanted. So just hope it all goes well.
Thank you,
I
Tara.
don't know what to say. I said most of it the last time.
Next is Mr. Singh.
Thank you, city council members, Mr. Mayor, for letting me speak. So I'm just gonna speak straightforward. So I have got the signatures of 400 plus citizens from the town. And nobody is wanting another package liquor store. So I think the town doesn't need another liquor store. There's no need for any package or license. The town needs is food. So what, the applicant, they are trying to do is existing restaurant business, they're trying to convert into liquor store. Their main purpose is they are asking the license for gaming because they don't want to run it as a restaurant. And secondly, if it is city gives the license and it's another liquor store, it will have only 2 employees. And I doubt it'll be 2 employees. Maybe one of them, they'll be working 12 hours straight. So if it is a restaurant, if it is open as a restaurant needs at least 5 to 6 employees. So it's gonna give employment to the city. So it's gonna generate more employment, plus it's gonna be more revenue. Because city doesn't have lot of food places. So it's gonna bring something, more revenue, food. But if it is given a liquor license, just a package liquor license, it's gonna split the revenue. It's not gonna bring something new. So, I don't know, that's my, say, the city considers, what is the wise decision to take, bring another liquor store or bring a new food place. So, I hope it's all good. Happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You just buy it and let it tear it.
Yeah, I offered frankly, I'm not into cooking. And even when my wife goes to kitchen or so, I'm looking for food. Somebody brings food. Sometimes for my sister, she lives in Decatur, I go over there, I bring 4 or 5 meals. So that's how, I'm into eating, I like good food, but I can't cook at all. And nobody wants to be, having food from my cooking. That's gonna be terrible. But my proposal is, if, since they already bought it, if they cannot run it as a restaurant, they don't want to, their intentions are not to run it as a restaurant. It's just to get the gaming and packaged liquor. But if in case, they don't want to do it, and I'll buy that building and have the restaurant over there. But for that, like they run a restaurant. So I'll try my best, to bring good food and, keep it running. But that's my last hope.
Make Tara cook.
Yeah, Tara can cook.
Tara can
If
cook.
she agrees.
He already
Yeah.
told me that.
Yeah.
I'll just buy it.
She
And here I
agrees,
got a friend and I
but
know that.
The problem
I
with
know we'll
food
do
is,
it and then.
like,
then all of
if
a
you are
sudden I'm
not
friends.
into food, suppose I open it up, she's running it, she falls sick, nobody's to cover. If I can't cover, you can depend on, employees these days, not everybody is like her, So it's tough, but I'm willing to take that, option just to, bring some food to the town. So. So, those all good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have one more visitor. I see Bill is here. You have the floor, sir.
I just want to say that I'm concerned about 7 employees that I have. What's the future look like for them if more of this is added? And I talked about how the pot gets split up every time you keep adding another gaming license. That was originally designed to help people with a small bar like mine. After they did away with smoking everywhere, I lost 30% of my business there several years ago. And it's helped us over the years and helped the city as well. So, but I am concerned about what happens down the road. I'm also surprised that the applicant is not here tonight, not even here to further present his case or care about it maybe. I don't know, but I'm against it, plain and simple.
Thank you, sir. I will say that he did call me, maybe it was a day or two after the last council meeting to see if what he was wanting to know when he would be able to hear back on his application. And I told him it would probably be decided at the next meeting, which is tonight. We have all of our members here, which is kind of why we put it off from the last meeting. We want to make sure everybody was here and had an opportunity. I am the liquor commissioner. I do sign it. I do approve them. However, I'm going to go with what the council wants to do with this situation. We all have seen and heard all of the comments and the good and the bad. The only thing that I want to say is that building was sitting empty for quite a while. Everybody who says that we need a restaurant, they had more than enough time to buy the building, to put the restaurant in there. This gentleman bought it. He did call me before he signed the contract to buy it. He said, "Can I get a liquor license?" I said, "Well, it'll be up to the council." He was never promised one. He was never told he would get one. That happens tonight. I don't know what else. I mean, yeah, we all want Carolyn's. We all want, the food. We need a restaurant, of course. Yes. However, we have 2 available liquor licenses and we had an empty building. But how many people have been up here? You've heard everything. So I'm going to just ask you guys if you want to make any more comments or, and I'm going to ask you if you want to approve it or not.
If you go into any of the establishments that have gaming, you might see 1 or 2 people at the machines at each given establishment. It's never full. I've never seen them full. So I don't understand why we needed more, because we already got, what, 7? 6? It's not Vegas.
And that years ago, was why we did what, what the council had to do was to keep the gaming parlors out of town.
Yep.
That was, I was part of that, and I remember that was designed to specifically
for the small businesses, but again, we're not Vegas.
Right. Keep in mind, we have two available, and, we may be getting another application here soon. I mean, I know we're just going to deal with them individually. And I'm going to involve this, as long as I'm sitting right here, I'm going to involve this council every single time. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add to this conversation? Can I just ask them yes or no, or we don't have to ask? We're not going to vote on this.
You'll be the one making the decision, so if you want the council to give you direction, you can just ask them about whether they want the license, want you to issue the license or to deny it. And
Okay.
then you'll know, but because it falls on you to make the
Right.
decision.
Does anybody else have any input? Yes, sir. Go ahead. Just briefly.
I'd like to add, is there like a lot of other cities I see, they have category of license where it's just a pouring license, it's not package sale.
Right.
So if any business, sometimes, it's tough times, like COVID was, and a lot of businesses, they get hurt. So any kind of revenue that helps, that brings to the business. So instead of just, putting more liquor license, because the town doesn't need it, is there a way you guys can convert a license into a pouring license? So if another restaurant want to open, another location, they want to bring a food and they need help, they don't know if they're going to survive just with food or so.
Right.
But they have the pouring license only. So they can serve the liquor, but they cannot sell it.
We have
Right. We have that in
That
place now.
category, I think if somebody wants it, it should be,
I asked him the applicant that question at the last meeting, and he was not interested in just that license. That was his
because
response.
Yeah.
There is only to open it as a liquor store. They're not trying to open it as a restaurant or run it as a restaurant.
Right.
Otherwise, I don't see any issue with it.
Yeah, when he was here, his comments were convenient gaming.
Yeah.
Bill?
You do have to have a pour license to get the gaming license. That's a state regulation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have the categories and all of that information right here. I mean, he did resubmit his application from the last time because I think he misunderstood what he was applying for. And so that he has resubmitted it.
So there was no plans for food of any kind for them.
Well, he sat right here and he said probably like hot light food or whatever,
Mexican food.
Yeah. So, it'd be real convenient for you to just.
I know, I'm already big enough. I don't need a restaurant.
So this is what we're going to do. If there's no more comment, go ahead.
I just want to know from a legal standpoint, are there repercussions if we do not approve his liquor license and 3 weeks from now or a month from now, somebody else comes in and asks for one and we approve it?
Great question.
Yeah, except I'm not in the business of making guesses. I can tell
I mean,
you,
that's where my concern is because, we vote no and we don't give him one and then he sues the city and.
that has nothing to do with the subsequent application, the way you phrased the question. So let's break it down a little bit.
Okay.
So let's say the application is denied at this point. Yes, he could go to the Liquor Control Commission, he could hire an attorney, he could file suit, he could argue that there was some kind of disparagement or discrimination. The State Liquor Control Commission generally has a very liberal outlook about issuing the licenses, okay? So that's that issue. So I can't tell you how that comes out. Quite frankly, his comments at the last meeting were that that it was, as this gentleman said, it was really for the gaming and it was to be a liquor store. Now, you have in place, just as Mayor Johnson said, you have requirements about how much of their revenue needs to be in food and how much in gaming in order to satisfy the requirements of the category of the license. So we've always treated with that after the fact when we've looked at, you folks have looked at it, because you don't have that information up front when you're considering the application. But you could consider that in denying the application. His revenues were going to come from. Now, moving forward to the next issue that you raised about the person 3 weeks from now who asked, and then you grant that one, and so now it looks like you're preferring someone over someone else. Well, as as Alderman Swearingen said, he suggested eliminating the other 2 licenses, since, you know, if you're thinking that you don't need one. Now, I don't believe you could do that with a pending application, because that then would smack of some type of discrimination. But if it's denied or allowed, whatever licenses remain open, the council could take the action of terminating those and reducing the total number of licenses that you have to those that are existing, that are have already been approved. So that treats with them separately. Is that okay?
Yes, no, that's fine. I just wanted to know where we stood legally.
Quickly.
Just, the 2 that are open were granted without council approval. That was different mayors that we had, and they made the choice on their own. And can you not pass an ordinance to limit it to the 6 that we now have? Can't the council do that?
I believe there'll be some conversation about that. It won't be tonight, but like Jack just said, you know, maybe 8 is too many. That's to be determined.
Because those 2 were handed out, neither one of them made it.
Yeah. Right.
The wine license down at the flower shop, and then the one that's down on the highway that's
Right.
now an ice cream store.
Well,
Yes,
the wine license down at the flower shop, it wasn't that they didn't make it. It was that they sold out because they wanted to retire and relinquish their license.
Well, I didn't
And
realize
the
that.
flower shop didn't see a need to reapply
Yeah,
for one under the
I
new
just
owners.
figured they didn't have enough business down there to pay the license fee to the
No,
city.
that wasn't it at all. Wasn't it at all.
Okay, so
I'm done.
is there any more comment? We'll just go around the table here. This will be just, I don't know, I've been part of this before, really. I'm just going to ask each one of you if you are for or against approving this liquor license. And if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. You're not the commissioner. I'm going to go by the consent of this council. So if we wanted to start here with Alderman Allen, we'll just go around the horseshoe.
No.
No.
I would abstain if it was a vote.
I'm abstaining also.
No.
Abstaining.
No.
Mm-hmm. On the fence.
Okay, so
So there's 4 against and 4 abstain,
when you abstain, that vote goes with the majority.
generally speaking.
Yes.
But
So,
this isn't
and I hate to put
this is
everybody
a
on the
straw
spot.
poll.
If you didn't want to vote, like I said, you didn't have to, because this is a public forum, and it's a slippery slope, and that's why I wanted to invite everybody's input. We've talked about it for several days. We've had conversations on the street, in the office. We've read comments on the media, social media, and I'm just going to let everybody know at this time, I'm not going to sign it. I'm not going to approve it. And it's based on, like I said, how this council sitting here tonight feels. If it would have came to a tie or whatever, I'm glad I didn't have to make that decision, but I didn't. I agreed to go with your guys' recommendation. I have full confidence in you guys, and you have spoken with your constituents. So have I. And this is, sometimes, again, we make decisions that aren't favored by everybody. So at this time, I'll just let everybody know we're not gonna sign it. Not gonna grant it. So, that,
Mr. Mayor, do you want to make a late addition to new business, just the possibility of reducing the number of liquor licenses so
Yes.
that you can take that up next meeting?
I'm not going to.
I say
Ed.
that.
So you want, okay, so we're gonna, again, we're gonna go kind of off the cuff here. We're gonna add, under new business, put down number of liquor licenses. That would be number 3. There we go. So that concludes that. That's done. That concludes visitors. We have no other business.
Make a motion, we adjourn this meeting and go home.
I second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn this meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those that are opposed, meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.